welcome to the February 15th edition of Webb Weekly Live. How you doing this morning,
I'm
Steph?
good. How are you?
Doing well, doing well.
Nice to get out of the office, out and about a little bit.
I like when you plan these trips.
I try. We're here at North Central Site Services in their low vision store, and we'll get into some details about that later. But yeah, it's nice to get out of the office, and even if the weather's not real fantastic, but...
Yeah, I'm looking around. There's a lot of interesting stuff in here and to help me see with. So.
Yeah, well, since you won't wear the glasses, yeah, you're going to need some help.
Shh, don't tell anybody that. So anyway, what all do we have going on?
Well, obviously the big story is North Central Site Services. It's their 60th anniversary, and that's our cover story for this week. Lou's got a story about their history and everything that they've got coming up, and we've got some more details on that later.
And in 60 years of doing great work, not just in our community, but they cover several counties. So
absolutely. And then we also have a very entertaining story from Jerry Ayers, who received a random text message from a friend about she had heard that he was getting engaged or had gotten engaged.
Well, did he?
No, he did not. And he has a very entertaining response to the idea of getting married. So
should we plug him that he wants to get engaged or not?
Yeah, you might not.
You
might not want to do that.
All
but
right.
Yes, so we've got that. And then Mike O'Brien has a great story about a dream come true fishing trip that he took to Argentina.
And you know what? We could help Mike O'Brien with some of these big magnifying glasses I see around for tying flies and doing things
yeah,
fishing.
Absolutely.
Maybe getting the hooks out.
Yeah, apparently he caught some amazing brown trout in the Patagonia region of Argentina, and this was a dream trip that he had spent a lot of time wishing that he could take, and he finally got to take it, and he brought home a huge fish. So
the Patagonia region.
Please don't ask me where that's at.
I was going to say, I hate to say this, I have no idea.
I have no idea where it's at either.
Okay.
I'm not even going to lie. So
Google Earth.
Yeah, Google Earth it for sure. So yeah, that's what we've got going on in this week's issue.
Wonderful. And the weather's been cold outside, but there's a lot been going on in our area. A lot of great high school basketball, great wrestling coming up, District 4 playoffs. And there just seems to be a lot of things that are good to do in our area if you get out and about. And I love this time of year because it's all down here from here. March is right around the corner, and March 1st to me is the first day of spring.
Yes,
so.
yeah, March is on the way, and if you can't get out and about and see these local high school games, we've been broadcasting a handful of them on Webb Weekly Live, so be sure to check that out.
And I did not set her up for that, but that's a great segue to Webb Weekly Live. Gary Chrisman's been on there with Capo Sports Production. PA Sports Live's been on there doing great work all season long, and everywhere I go, I hear about them watching the games, and we're doing a little wrestling, so...
Yeah, and before you know it, we'll be into March Madness and making brackets and waiting on opening day of Major League Baseball. So
I like that. So and spring training is open. My favorite words, pitchers and catchers report, happened this week. So
that's great to hear.
So anyway, what do you want to give away today?
I have a $25 gift card to Hannah Asian Bistro.
Hannah.
Yeah. If you can tell me, since we're here at North Central Site Services, I have a question relating to them. If you can tell me how many years they've been hosting their Dining in the Dark event. I have a $25 gift card to Hannah. Answer below. If you've won anything in the last 30 days, let someone else take the question.
Do you think we can get some of that Patagonian trout for their Dining in the Dark?
I bet that they would appreciate that.
What do you think from Mr. O'Brien? Do you think he'd serve it up? Or not?
He probably would.
Anyway, what else you got?
That's about it. I think we're going to bring in our guests.
So we'll take a quick commercial break. We'll come right back, and we'll talk about North Central Site Services, 60th year in business.
Yes.
Looking for a new truck? We know that 88% of you have already done your research online. You know the best price and factory rebates. Now you want to take a test drive and you have to pick a dealership to visit. Let Murray Motors make your decision easier. We offer a no-hassle, low-pressure experience. Our staff is friendly and knowledgeable. All new Ford purchases get our free lifetime engine and transmission warranty. So what are you waiting for? Stop in and save thousands on these trucks and see why more people continue to buy from Murray Motors.
And we're back, and we're here with Tracy Haas and Megan Profit from North Central Site Services. And good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So why don't you start off by telling us a little bit about the history and what all you offer here at North Central Site Services?
Of course. North Central Site Services was founded on February 7th, 1957, so we're actually in our anniversary month, 60 years ago. a group from Pittsburgh representing the Pennsylvania Association for the Blind came to Lycoming County with hopes of expanding and creating a branch office here. So the Lycoming County Association for the Blind was born, and I know a lot that live locally still think that that's the name and that we're on Memorial Avenue where we were when we were founded. We moved here to this facility in 2007, so we've been here for about a decade. And during these past 60 years, we have expanded our services to 6 counties, and a name change was, of course, needed in order to represent the area that we were representing.
Well, thanks for having us this morning.
Yeah, of course.
Most importantly, it's nice and warm in here, huh?
It is nice and warm in here.
Why don't one of you ladies tell us about the room we're in right now? There's a lot of interesting things I see, and
I'd be happy to do that. So we are in our low vision store. So there are thousands and thousands of products that are available to people who are blind or visually impaired. And this is a very small selection of those products. They range from what's called a 20/20 pen, which is a pen that writes like a Sharpie but has a thicker, basically a thicker writing style, but it doesn't bleed through. So when someone's writing their checks, taking notes in a meeting, it's not bleeding through on their paper. And then, of course, it can range all the way up to what's called a CCTV, which is actually not a TV at all. It is like a big magnifier, so they would put their bills on it, and they can zoom in, they can change the color, contrast, things like that, which that is a $3,500 device. So it ranges from very simple all the way up to very sophisticated. Of course, magnifiers, talking watches, talking clocks are very popular, kitchen devices, and whatever we don't have here in the store, we can get it. And we actually employ a vision teacher who will go into the clients' homes if they're new to their vision loss, and she can mark their stove, their microwave, washer, dryer, things like that, so that they're able to function as independently as possible.
Yeah, I think it's easy to lose sight, no pun intended, of
It's okay, we use our sight words here.
of the things that we take for granted
Absolutely.
in our everyday lives. I have a cousin who is blind, and watching him try to navigate, and he's very good at it and very independent, but all of the little things that we don't necessarily think about, like knowing what time it is. So it's great that you guys have this and offer that to the community.
and there's no truth that you provide like gadgets for the James Bond movies and things like that, right?
To our clients, they may see it that way. And there I just use my sight word. People tend to get a little clammed up and awkward when that happens. And our president and CEO has been blind since he was a very little boy. And when I first started here, I did the same thing. I got all nervous and awkward when I said about seeing something. Do you see it? And, he quickly reassured me that those are things we use in everyday language, and it's okay.
And you mentioned the most important word, your clients. Tell us about your clients.
Okay, so part of our mission is we assist people who are blind or visually impaired staying independent in their own home. So across our 6-county area, we have 275 clients. We provide roughly 6,000 hours of service to them.
Wow.
Services range from vision teaching, like I mentioned. We have caseworkers who are all legally background checked, fingerprinted, things like that can actually help them with their banking, bill payment, going to the doctor. Imagine getting dropped off at the front door of Geisinger from a shared ride, trying to find your way back into the cardiology department. Our caseworkers act as their sighted guide. And as Bob, our president, would say, who can you trust with your finances, to read you your bank statement, things like that. So those are some of the services we provide. We also have groups where we get clients together. We do fun things. We went to Chris Kindle Market in December.
Nice.
We go catch and release fishing, all kinds of fun things, bowling. And then we also have guest speakers come in from the Red Cross, United Way, to do some educational pieces as well. So that is our social services program. In addition to that, we have a prevention of blindness program. So in that 6-county area, we go out to preschools, daycares, senior centers, health fairs, you name it, we'll go. We do vision screenings to check for signs and symptoms of a vision problem. And then if something is detected, we will refer them to an eye doctor for further assessment. We also do education on good eye health, safety, because that is just as important as checking the eyes, is helping people to understand how to take care of them, how to be safe, how to be aware out in the community. We also have an eyeglass program where we help people get eyeglasses and vision exams if they have financial need. And actually today we're running our functional vision clinic. We always tend to have several things happening on the day of clinic. So we have a pediatric optometrist who comes in and does a functional vision evaluation, which would be if a child is seeing two different pupil distances. Well, when they're in school, the letters may be separating for them and it can create learning issues. So we actually do that as well.
Wow. So Megan, if somebody needs your help or your services, how do they find you? How do they reach out? What's the easiest way?
Yeah, definitely. Our website provides a lot of the information that Tracy just provided, so you can go there for a quick refresh. It's ncsite.org. That will also include all of our contact information, including our phone number, email addresses to various departments. So we are very reachable, and we are right here at our location at 2121 Reach Road here in Williamsport.
And obviously, we were talking before we started the interview, and you worked over at Little League,
Yes.
and now you're over here. What's most rewarding for you about working here?
I think it's just the amount of people that we touch on a daily basis. For instance, we have over 60 employees here, and more than half of them are blind or visually impaired. So it's just a great environment for us to be in the community and be able to touch many lives, as Tracy indicated, with prevention services, employment, or independence.
And to me, that's such an amazing part of the program, that you actually employ folks that have the problem that you take care of, and that doesn't happen very often in today's world. And I'm sure it's tough when you have challenges when it comes to seeing and finding employment. But how many employees throughout the whole organization do you have?
We have 33 right now.
And the unemployment rate for individuals who are blind or visually impaired is 70%.
Wow.
And that is not based on ability. It is based on how the employer may view that ability. We are not a sheltered workshop. A lot of times people confuse us with that type of environment, which is great. Everybody's paid above minimum wage, has full health benefits. That's a huge commitment that Bob feels strongly about, just based on the fact that the unemployment rate is 70%.
Wow.
Yeah.
This gives folks a purpose, a meaning, and it helps them give back in their community because they're making a living wage and then turning it back into their community.
And the nice thing is that we're working with community members on a lot of our projects. So for instance, our shredding department, our employee that we've had there, Kenny Bauer, he's worked with us for 33 years. So we go around to various businesses and we're collecting their shredding and bringing it back here, and it's creating a job for someone who loves working here, and he's been here for, like I said, 33 years. So.
And Tracy, I should come back to you. Now, what's the most rewarding part for you working here?
The days where something comes across my desk where maybe somebody has taken money from one of our clients who's blind or visually impaired, that's a hard day because obviously it's unfortunate to see someone who's been taken advantage of. But then when we are able to advocate for them, help them get that money back, and that's happened a couple of times since I've been here, those are the days where I feel like if we weren't here, I don't know what would happen to those people. So it can be a bad, but then good, because we're able to really advocate on their behalf.
That's very honorable and noble, and boy, you don't even think of things like that, Steph, do you?
Yeah, I've always, one of the big concerns, I've always had is things like you go to a store and you buy something and you pay cash for it. That money that you're getting back, because we do happen to live in one of the only countries in the world that all of our money is the same size, like all of our paper money is all the same size. Most countries don't work that way. So trying, even little things like that of ensuring that, you're getting back, I can't imagine, trying to live like that. It's nice to know that there's people out there that are advocating and helping for that.
So what are we going to take a look at here next?
Yeah, so we're going to go out into our industry where we can take a look at a lot of our employees who are out there diligently working on labels and such out there.
Excellent. So we're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Looking for a new truck? We know that 88% of you have already done your research online. You know the best price and factory rebates. Now you want to take a test drive and you have to pick a dealership to visit. Let Murray Motors make your decision easier. We offer a no-hassle, low-pressure experience. Our staff is friendly and knowledgeable. All new Ford purchases get our free lifetime engine and transmission warranty. So what are you waiting for? Stop in and save thousands on these trucks and see why more people continue to buy from Murray Motors.
And we're back, and we're joined by the Vice President of Operations, Jamie Snyder. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
How you doing, Jamie?
Good. How are you?
Good.
And we're here in the industry area, but before we get into what you're doing here now, let's go back a little bit and what did you guys originally start out manufacturing?
Rubber bats is probably what we're known for. Doormats. Back in the 80s, we manufactured rubber doormats. The problem with the rubber doormats was they never wore out. So we didn't have a lot of repeat business.
Yeah, that tends to pose a problem, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And with the introduction of radial tires, it made it almost impossible to make rubber doormats, being with the steel belting that's in the radial tires.
Because the rubber you obviously used was from bias-ply tires that you didn't have to deal with the metal.
Correct. Correct.
And so what are you guys doing now?
We are doing a lot of technology items now. Flash drives, hard drives. We do printing of flash drives, duplication, CD media, Blu-ray media. We work with a lot of manufacturers like Avery Dennison, Mako labels. We buy product in bulk, package it into different package sizes required by the federal government. And the federal government is our largest customer. We're part of a national program, AbilityOne.com, and in that conglomerate, there's about 100 agencies like ours. You can buy their products on AbilityOne.com.
So what's going on out here today as we look around?
A lot of label packaging. As you can see, we get labels in bulk. They count out the labels, place them into a unit of issue box. That box there they're doing is made by Avery Dennison. They'll package that, shrink wrap it. Each box gets a specification label, and these standards with the federal government, there are actually specifications for packaging, and it's not quite as easy as just packaging a product for the commercial market. There's a lot of different requirements.
Gotcha.
And you also have shredding services, correct?
Correct. We have shredding services in 13 counties. We have over 600 customers. And we also have a walk-in service for residential customers. You can walk in here 8:30 to 4:30 every day, and Monday through Friday, and get that service.
Bring your bags, paper clips, staples,
Nice.
anything. Yeah.
Yes.
We take care of it.
And
We
then you guys
also-
also do like hard drive destruction
Yes.
and laptops and things like that,
Yep.
which is great for security and safety.
Yep, we shred hard drives, laptops, cell phones, CD media. A lot of people don't know that on your hard drives, you can wipe them clean, but it still leaves a blueprint. And if you know what you're doing, you can get the information.
And I understand a reliable source told me you help Hillary Clinton with her computers. Is that correct?
Maybe.
Well, that's,
We can't divulge our customers.
I understand that. Confidentiality, right?
Yes, yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the hard drive destruction is really important because I know I've been asked a lot, and I ask a lot because I actually have a laptop sitting at home that I didn't know what to do with. Now I know what to do with it. But if you aren't sure what to do with an old piece of technology, an old computer or something like that, bring it here, let them take care of it. Not only are you giving back to your community in that respect, but you're also then protecting your own safety and your own identity so that you don't have any problems in the future. So.
The nice thing about our service is a lot of people don't even know where their hard drive is located in their computer. You bring it in
I would
here.
be one of those.
You bring that in here, and we'll remove it and dispose of it properly for you.
Good to know.
And you guys also have some events coming up, so why don't you tell us about the events?
Yeah, that's very true. We have Dining in the Dark Clinton County coming up in Lock Haven. That'll be on February 25th from 6 to 9 p.m. It's at the Lock Haven Moose Lodge 100. We also have our Dining in the Dark Williamsport that we do each year. This will be our 5th year, and that will be at Pennsylvania College of Technology. We partner with Lejeune Chef. That'll be on March 18th. And aside from that, we have our Journey for Sight Walk that we partner with the Lions clubs locally to do. That'll be in May, and our golf tournament that we do annually will be in June.
Okay, and let's go back to Dining in the Dark because you do have that coming up really quickly.
Yeah, it's gonna be very
Why don't you tell us a little bit more about what that event is for people who don't know?
Yeah, groups are brought to Pennsylvania College of Technology, and we begin with a mixer, and then from there all of the guests are blindfolded and taken to their seats where they are served dinner completely blindfolded. So for a very short amount of time they are able to experience what it would be like to dine while blindfolded.
And there's no wild exotic food being served there, is there?
No, we're nice to our guests.
So how does someone go about getting tickets to the event?
Yeah, they can call our office here. It's 570-323-9401, or they can email events@ncsite.org, and we can give you more information.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us up here today.
Thank you so much.
North Central Site Service does fantastic work helping those that might need a helping hand, and we appreciate everything you do, not only within the community, but obviously, how many counties?
6.
6.
Within a 6-county area. Steph, what do you have?
I think that's about it. But like I said, if you need their services or you know somebody who does, please don't hesitate to reach out. ncsite.org will get you all the information that you need, and be sure to check out this week's Webb Weekly because we got even more details on events coming up in the history here. So.
And we're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Brian Peace. With every new encounter, you are evaluated and another person's impression of you is formed. These first impressions are extremely important. Here at Murray Motors, we take pride building a great relationship with you from the beginning of the sale and beyond. We believe so much in our product that we offer a free lifetime engine and transmission warranty on all of our new Mazdas. Stop in and let us make a great first impression. You will not be disappointed. From our family to your family, your friend, your dealer, Murray Motors.
And we're back, and I have a special lady with me today, Carolyn Mealy. Hi, Carolyn.
Hi, Jim.
How you been?
Okay. Busy.
I understand that. And we caught up with you, I'm going to say last fall. And we were doing a series on heroin and the tragedy that occurred within your family. And I said we'd catch back up. You had an event coming up, and here we are. And the event's Saving Lives for Zachary,
Right.
who's your son. And the story's been pretty well documented. And what makes it different from most is that you've taken a tragedy and are trying to do some good out of bad. And I admire you for that.
Thank you.
So the event coming up, I guess we should spend our time on that, huh?
Right. Yes.
It's I know you've put a lot of time and effort. Why don't you tell us about it a little bit?
Well, it's called Saving Lives for Zachary. It's to honor my son and to bring awareness into the community, which I think our community really can benefit from. My goal was just to bring the community together so that the addicts that are there, the people that need help, can see that we're coming together to try to make a difference in our area because it's such a problem. So the event is going to have providers from, all over our area that have services for addiction. You can find the whole list of everybody that's going to be there on our website or on our Facebook page. I'm sorry. We do have a website that's going to be up shortly, so that'll be on the Facebook page as well when that comes available. And then we're going to do like a basket raffle, a silent auction, and any money that's raised is going to go to raising more awareness in our area, or in coordination with West Branch. I will try to help people that need further services, like rehab. Oftentimes they'll put somebody in rehab and they can only stay for 3 weeks because that's all their insurance will pay for. So if there's people from our area that need extended services, then any proceeds that come from this will go to help those people.
And obviously heroin's become such a tremendous problem in our society today. And Zachary was a good kid, fell into some bad things, and to summarize it, you did the best you could to get him out of those things. And at the time, he had cleaned himself up. Life was going along pretty good. And unfortunately, this heroin is a hell.
Yeah.
And it reached back up and grabbed him. And there's so many people I talk with that similar story, and than yours. And what you're giving back to the community, I want everybody else to know. All the proceeds are going back.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I didn't start this as a way to raise money. I started this as a way to bring people
Awareness. Bring people
That's
together.
my goal, is the awareness. And it just sort of, somebody said, well, you really need to have something like a raffle or an auction to bring people, to make people want to come. And then that's how that got started.
Right.
But my goal is purely awareness. And I've had so many people reach out to me, even addicts themselves, sending me messages that, thank you for doing this for us. Thank you for making us feel like people care.
Yeah, I think that's really important. It seems over the last few years that the heroin awareness seems to come in waves. Like you hear about it really up front for a while, and then it kind of eases back, and then unfortunately something will happen and it'll bring it. I think that it's important that hopefully if we can keep it to the forefront more often and speak a little louder more often, then maybe some of those tragedies can be avoided going forward. I think that it's amazing that you were able to take something that was so difficult and so tragic in your life and try and pull something positive from it.
Well, and it takes a community to do this, not just one group. You have Project Bald Eagle, you have, White Deer, you have West Branch, and we can't do it alone. We have to have our community involved as well.
And it's affecting, people think of a heroin as a criminal problem. And the addicts, the actual users, it affects so many families, so many homes, so many folks like you that never wanted to be dealing with it. And unfortunately, here we are. And that's the message that has to get out, that don't misunderstand how bad this epidemic is and who all it's affecting. And it isn't just it's not a solemn event. Let's cover that. Let's talk about the event a little more and all going on.
Well, there's going to be speakers, and Judge Lavecchio is going to be one of the speakers. Rick Mirabito will be a speaker. One person that I know is going to be a speaker that's going to speak about her personal story. Brian Carey, who does DJ Choices, which is a drug awareness event that he does in schools, is going to do a little segment of what he does do in the schools. And now I'm probably going to forget some. Jansen Egerton from Crossroads Counseling is also going to speak, and his message is pretty powerful also. So we have a lot of good speakers, and Chuck Heesling, of course, will speak.
Right. And again, it's awareness, it's education, and it's bringing community together.
That's right.
So,
exactly.
And let's run by the particulars, the when and where again.
So it's from 5 to 8 at the Trade and Transit 2. There will be refreshments. Many local restaurants and caterers have donated food to the event, so there'll be refreshments. So it'll be from 5 to 8. The speakers will start at 6:15, 6:30.
And that's on Monday the 20th, correct?
Monday, February 20th, yes.
Anything we missed?
I think that's about it. Is there anything else you'd like to add before?
Just that I appreciate everybody's support. It's been phenomenal. It really has been.
Well, we appreciate what you're doing, and again, I can't imagine the grace and dignity that you're approaching this with. My prayers go out to you, and you continue doing good with this. So,
Thanks.
And if folks get out, support the event, find out some information, and be involved and understand what's going on in our community, and that it's affecting more people than we can even imagine.
Absolutely.
So We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to be right back. A little lighthearted stuff. I have Juliana through the eyes of an 11-year-old coming in here today.
Looking for a new truck? We know that 88% of you have already done your research online. You know the best price and factory rebates. Now you want to take a test drive and you have to pick a dealership to visit. Let Murray Motors make your decision easier. We offer a no-hassle, low-pressure experience. Our staff is friendly and knowledgeable. All new Ford purchases get our free lifetime engine and transmission warranty. So what are you waiting for? Stop in and save thousands on these trucks and see why more people continue to buy from Murray Motors.
Hello, and we're back, and I have Juliana, my Web Kids correspondent, with me. Hey, Jay.
Hi.
What's going on?
Nothing much.
Am I your guest or are you my guest today?
It could work both ways.
There you go. But hey, I had some questions for you. A lot of people ask me, they watch your show. They love the hoverboards, by the way. They want to know if you ever wiped your brother off the hoverboard.
Oh, I have.
I figured so. But 11-year-old, you just turned 11 not that long ago. And a lot of folks think you're older than that when they talk to me. And I tell them, no, she started when she was 10. But the life of an 11-year-old today, I'm amazed by how busy you keep with dance and gymnastics and voice lessons and school and you name it. But so I thought I'd ask you some questions that I get asked. How's that?
That sounds good.
So how often, and I know the answer to this, but I got to ask, how much time does an 11-year-old spend on the cell phone?
Well, I don't have a phone yet, but on electronics would probably be too much. But, I mean, that's the generation today.
You didn't get
so.
your Webb Weekly cell phone yet, huh?
No, not yet. Next year.
And what do you use? You don't have a cell phone yet. Your mom and dad figured it's a good decision not to have you on a cell phone yet, which I applaud them, parents, that there should be an age. And so what are you on all the time?
I'm usually on my iPad or my computer, but it depends, like, I don't know. It just depends on the day or something.
So kids, you all have iPads and computers. And how many 11-year-olds, how many kids in your class have cell phones?
That's hard to
50%,
say.
50%? Half?
Probably like 10%.
Oh,
Not
wow.
a lot.
Well, that's good. That's good. That's fantastic, parents. Okay, next question. Where do kids your age get your music today? Back in my day, I won't even tell. We had cassette tapes and anyway.
Well, it depends like what kind of device you have. Usually you get them from like an iTunes store, and especially for Apple products, that's where you get them. But there's different kinds of music stores on the technology.
So you have all your music like on your iPad or your...
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And who's the popular groups today? Or anybody really tearing it up in the 11-year-old world?
I would have to say like most of the girls think like they're the popular ones.
Uh-huh.
Like everybody thinks girls are the like top group in the grade, but I don't know. It could work anyway.
Gotcha. And how about television? How much time you spend watching television?
None. I don't watch TV that often.
And I think that's a commonplace thing out there in today's world. A lot of kids they don't spend the time in front of the TV they used to, do they? They spend it on the electronic device. Movies, do you usually watch them on your iPad or your...
Well, you can get apps that you can get like free movies and stuff, but I usually watch my movies on my computer, or we get them from the Red Box or something.
Nice. And obviously we did a segment on the hoverboard.
Mm-hmm.
What other outdoor activities, and I know it's February and it's cold and snowy, but what do you like to do outside?
Well, I'm not really like a girly girl. I like baseball, like basketball and football. So I play that with my older brother and my dad sometimes when it's actually nice out. But I don't do a lot of anything else.
That's great choices. And how about snowboarding? Do many kids snowboard in your class?
Oh, I like snowboarding. I don't know
How about,
many.
I should ask, is the hill, but we used to always go up when I was young and sled ride, and we didn't have snowboards, but we would sled ride and down the hill between the high school and Central Elementary. Is that still the spot?
Sometimes, yeah, if you don't have a yard that's built for sledding. But we have a pretty big hill in my yard, so we don't really go any other place to sled.
Wonderful. Anything else you want to tell me about the life of an 11-year-old today? Fashion. How about fashion? Where do you like to shop?
Where do I like to shop? Well, I have a few, like, hot spots, I guess you can call them. But, like, Old Navy is probably one of them because, I don't know, I just like their basically motto. And I like what their clothes, like, show and personality. But I would have to say Old Navy is the most commonplace for me.
So you still like going to the mall and walking around and looking at stuff as opposed to online, buying online?
Yeah, I'd rather go to the mall than online shopping.
Nice. And I have to ask you, how about the kids your age? Do they still go? Do the mall still hang out, or don't many kids?
Yeah,
malls
the
still
malls hang out for sure.
And where else do kids go your age to hang out? Movie theater? Do they still go to the movies or?
Yeah. When it's nice out, a lot of the middle schoolers go to the Central Park and we all meet there. But I think that's really it. I mean, it's like a lot of people go to other friends' house as like hangouts and stuff. But it just depends who you are, like who you're friends with and stuff.
Nice. Anything else you want to add?
I don't think so.
So you're looking forward we get some other guests in here and get me out of here, right? Asking these questions.
Yeah.
So, hey, there you go. I thought it'd be interesting to catch up with Juliana and learn about the life of an 11-year-old in today's world and our Webb Kids girl. And one thing I can say, I think you 11-year-olds are a heck of a lot smarter than I was when I was back 11-year-old back in the day.
Oh, no, this technology is catching up with us.
So, anything you want to add?
Yeah. Peace. Back to you, Jimmy.
And as I always say, we're going to end the show with be careful out there and God bless America.